Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Just kidding. Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Hope you're well and eating good. This is going to be the video for my crispy tofu and spring rice recipe. This was just a vegan gluten-free meal that I made one day and I decided to film it. It's super easy, super delicious, as I say with all my recipes. And if you'd like to know how I made this, please keep watching. So first, you're going to need a block or half a block of firm tofu. Make sure it's firm. Corn flour. I'll have all of the details in the box below. Onions, spring onions, onion powder, garlic powder, chili powder. You know I love that mix. Some sesame oil, sugar, honey, or agave nectar, which I'm using because I've cut out sugar from my diet. But if you have sugar or honey, please use that. Some soy sauce, some sesame seeds, which I'm running out of, and some salt and pepper. So let's get right in. Okay, so first you're going to want to season the corn flour with the spices I've listed. I will have all the details in the description box in my blog. I do like to use corn flour because it makes the tofu nice and crispy and it's just delicious. So just use corn flour. If you don't have it, use plain flour. I do like to season also with some salt and some pepper. I love pepper, you guys know that. So season to taste, but make sure you season very well because tofu can be quite bland. Okay, then once you've seasoned that, just stir it and make sure it's nice and combined. You can add whatever you want here, you know, don't just put some herbs. If you like, put some other spices. It's really up to you. Then you want to coat the tofu in the corn flour. It doesn't need any breading, any like egg wash or anything like that. Remember, this is vegan, but at the same time, tofu is quite wet, so you don't actually need to add anything. Make sure you have a plate, by the way, so you can set it aside. Toss the tofu, make sure you've coated each side in corn flour and just set it aside. Okay, so once that's done, it looks nice and, coated, nice and colorful, kind of like my calamari bites. Sorry if you're vegan, but, it's really delicious is all I'm trying to say. So in a non-stick pan, if you have that, I do recommend non-stick. Add about a tablespoon, maybe half a tablespoon of vegetable oil. I will have the details in my blog. You don't need much at all. All you need to do is crispen up the tofu. And then you want to put in the tofu bites. I said tofu bites, but tofu squares. I do like to go clockwise in a way so I can remember which way I put it in so I can turn them around accordingly. It's not necessary, but that's just what I like to do. And get them nice and crispy. You don't want to flip them over too early. Let them at least get crispy for about a minute to 2 minutes on each side first. I do move them around a bit because I'm silly, but don't do that. Just leave them, let them do their thing. Make sure they're not sticking together, of course, so separate them if you need to, but just let them get nice and crispy. If the heat's too hot, turn it down a bit, just adjust it. But really it's just about getting the sides nice and crispy. So after about a minute, look how golden and delicious they look. And trust me guys, this is a really good way to try to enjoy tofu. I know people say it's bland and gross, and it doesn't have much flavor, but it does soak up flavor. So do try this way. It also changes the texture, which makes it more enjoyable to eat. Don't be afraid to add a little more oil to the pan because again, tofu is a bit like a sponge. It might just soak up all the oil, but if you're adding drops of oil, it's okay. Just make sure the heat's high and you're flipping it over every now and again. Okay, so I just turned those all over. Don't crucify me for how I'm using these chopsticks. It was just easier this way. There aren't no rules, so I'm gonna do it this way. Okay, so when you can see that both the sides are nice and crispy, I tried to get the sides as well and just make sure they're really, really crunchy. I didn't, do a sound cam. I should have, but these turned out so good, and I actually like to enjoy these by themselves. When they're done, I do like to sprinkle them with a bit of salt, just get more flavor into them, and I set them aside. So in the same pan, don't clean it out, add a drop of oil again, okay, just to help the veg go. And we're going to add the white onion first. If you're using bell peppers or anything, if you want to add some, actual garlic, you can. It's really up to you. I just had these in my fridge, and so I used them. And I'm going to get some salt, and I'm gonna sprinkle it on the onion just to get it going, help it release some of the water and get kind of caramelized. I won't be cooking this for too long, maybe about a minute, 30 seconds to a minute, just until they're little translucent. Okay, I still want them to have a bite to them because it's more texture, more flavor. And then once that's a little translucent, I will add the white part of the spring onion, and I'm going to save some for the spring rice. Spring rice is absolutely amazing, guys. You have to make it. I recently uploaded a basmati rice recipe, and I'm just using the leftovers from that. Okay, so once this is cooked down and it's nice and caramelized and it's reduced a bit, I am going to add a seasoning sauce. Okay, now I will have all the measurements for this in my blog post. Please check that out. It's just some soy sauce, some sesame oil, some garlic powder, agave nectar, sugar or honey if you have that, and that's really what it is. You can see here mine's a bit dry, and that's okay. You know, when you put sugar and things, it tends to reduce and get a bit sticky, and the way to fix this, just add a little water. Don't be afraid to add some water. You know, taste it along the way. If you feel it needs a little more sugar, a little more honey, or a bit more soy, you know, you can put some chili flakes in here. I didn't, but you can. Really up to you guys. Just try it out, okay? Then you want to stir that around, let it reduce, let it get nice, a little thicker. You know, it's a bit watery right now, but it does thicken up. And I just let it takes about 10 to 20 seconds. It's really quick, okay? And you see that there, that's pretty much how I want it. I don't want it to go too far. And then I like to add pepper at the last minute to give me a bit of warmth, and it's just really nice to add. So once that's done, that's all it is for the crispy tofu. I just plate it up, put it on the middle, because I don't like to, you can put it all over it if you want, but I like to keep the crispiness, you know, so it's really up to you. And that's done. Next we're gonna move on to the spring rice, which is so easy. You'll be like, girl, what? So next you're just going to get rice that's a day old. It's been in the fridge, and I'm just going to heat it in the same pan. I didn't clean it, didn't add any oil. I'm just warming it through, okay? And then I'm going to add a seasoning sauce which I made. I will have the description in my blog post. Please check it out. And stir that around, okay? Just pat it down. You know, this is best with day old rice or old rice because it absorbs flavor much better. I mean, I wouldn't recommend doing it with fresh rice. If you don't know how to make basmati rice, I recently uploaded a video, so check that out. Next, you want to add all the spring onions really at near the last minute, to when it's just about getting warmed through. Make sure you season it if your rice needs a bit of seasoning. Mine had a bit of garlic flavor because I put some garlic in mine. And honestly, guys, that is all. Look at me, so messy. That's all you have to do. So serve it up, and there you have it. I have a full Korean meal here. All that was missing was some kimchi, but some tofu braised mushrooms, which if you want the recipe for that, comment down below, share and like, and let me know. And some panjan, which is a savory Korean pancake, which I absolutely adore. Tastes delicious. And there you have it. Thank you for watching, guys. Bye.